If you chose pile number 4 with the Rider Tarot, the Snowflake Obsidian, and the Strawberry Quartz Worry Stone, then this is your reading. Now, how I read tarot is I read both the definitions as well as intuitively, allowing the cards to fall where they may, reading both uprights and reversals. Regardless of your spiritual beliefs, you are welcome and respected here. And today we are using the Ace of Pentacles to ask the question, what new material beginning is coming for us in 2026? Okay, and with material, you're dealing with your health, your wealth, and your household, the tangible things of the world that you can touch. And we start off the bat with a new way of thinking. Okay, with the Page of Pentacles, not Pentacles, sorry, the Page of Swords, although that may be something we need to consider here. Okay. A new understanding of your money, a new understanding of your wealth, a new understanding of your health, of your household. They're asking you to become a student of your life, okay? And in doing so, it is going to identify some things that have been traumatic for you, okay? Some things that have caused pain or sorrow, at least three things, okay? That have negatively affected your life, and it's going to really highlight those. This is part of the shadow work, right? However, once you have faced those and addressed those things, then we have the King of Cups. This is emotional stability, okay? This is emotional abundance. This is the kind of emotional where you can stand on your own or you can stand with others. Either way, you'll be fine, right? Okay. And it shows you with this Eight of Pentacles, it shows you mastering a craft. It shows you improving over time, becoming more stable and advanced in your work, which actually moves you forward in the spiritual realm as well. With this Knight of Wands, we have very swift movement forward, very fiery movement forward in the spiritual realm of your life, with passion, intuition, confidence, okay? Now, not everyone is going to understand these changes. Not everyone is going to be able to walk with you along this journey. There are going to be people who turn their back on you, naysayers who will accuse you. You know, back in the day, they used to accuse women of sleeping their way to the top and just ridiculous things like that, that, you know, completely discounted all the effort and hard work that was put into something. You know, there's times when, you know, nepotism, where people just assumed you got a job because you knew somebody, right? And totally discounted your abilities and your talents, okay? But this isn't going to be the case, right? There's going to come a time when you are going to turn your back on those who played the jealous game, those who played the you didn't deserve it even though you worked your butt off. You know, none of that is going to stick to you, okay? It's going to roll off. And for me to say that as someone who has always struggled with caring too much about other people, for me to say this and say it with a surety and with pride in you that you will be able to do this is really actually saying something. And you will be victorious, okay? And where others turn away from these things that you are doing, you will find new opportunities to follow. Now, there's going to come some things where you may feel betrayed, okay? There's going to come some things where whether you feel like your thoughts betray you or actual people betray you. This is actually something that you are going to heal from. You are going to heal from it. You're going to move on from it. And you will enter into a more balanced emotional sphere once more, like what we saw with the King of Cups, okay? This is not a forever place here with this Swords energy. And with that, you step into your own personal power, and you know that you have everything that you need. And you're going to be so abundant, and you're going to be so grateful for it. And that you can stand in your own power with your own energy, that you don't need the approval of everyone else around you. Okay. And the people you thought were your friends that weren't, turns out you're actually better off without them. You're actually stronger without them. And this leads you to a freedom to explore and be who you want to be, go where you want to go, do what you want to do, meet new people, have new companions, because the sun is shining on you in this coming year. Really just beautiful energy. And while it may be rough, it may start off rough, it may have a little bit of a bump here in the middle with this as you progress forward, okay? You are going to be just so abundant and so strong, so independent, that it will be a gift and an honor to those around you to be able to be in that sphere. And I know that sounds really pompous, and I don't usually speak in that way, but in this particular case, that is going to be true. In this particular case, when you get to this point, your presence, your energy will be a gift to those you choose to share it with. Okay? All right. Now, my daughter has chosen some oracle cards for you, and we're going to start off here with number 1, Magnetism of Eros. And this is a very passionate looking card. So there may be some love interest in your life, but more definite strong inclinations of loving yourself is definitely coming through here as well. Trust in what your heart yearns for without concern about how it will manifest. Take steps toward that which moves your heart. Reach out for what your soul wants and needs. Allow yourself to be vulnerable, for only then can you be truly held. That which appears out of reach or unavailable to you is closer than you realize. Very beautiful, passionate energy there. Number 10, Archon of Barbello. Your biology and gender are creative and powerful means for you to express your soul path. Sometimes you may feel limited by gender constraints or stereotypes, but your spirit can never be restricted or controlled. Embrace the journey of what it feels like to be you in your own body. There is much benefit and healing to be gained through an embrace of your life journey, including the deeper experience of the absolute freedom of your spirit. Okay? And I'm going to read to you the little invocation here that comes along with this card. I call upon the luminous wisdom, grace, and love of our spiritual mother and spiritual father, united in the light of Archon Barbello. I accept the gift of this body, mind, and soul. For the spiritual benefit of all beings, I ask for healing, protection, and guidance. May all beings recognize their true spiritual nature and find happiness and freedom through their authentic spiritual journey. Okay. And this recommends giving yourself some sort of self-love. I'm going to leave it at that. It may sound a little corny, but writing yourself a love letter and then opening it later when you need encouragement might be of benefit to you. All right. Let's take a look at the snowflake obsidian and the strawberry quartz. Okay. I'm getting something niggling at the back of my head, or the front of my head, so to speak. There's something here. Something somebody's wanting to tell you. Maybe it'll come through while I read the stones here. It was there very fleeting, and it was gone quicker than I could grab a hold of it. Let's see. Strawberry quartz. We'll start there. Strawberry quartz helps with balance, love, self-acceptance, emotional healing, relationships, self-confidence, realigning your chakras, attracting a soulmate, passion and intimacy, and healing. It works with the root and heart chakras. So there, once again, we have that passion and intimacy. There's something here about body image. Someone is worried about their body image. Feel they're being judged for their body image, or they're afraid that someone won't desire them as they are, or love them as they are. Judging oneself too harshly for their body image. Or don't want to be in a public light because of that, because you're afraid of the judgment. And that's one of the things they're asking you to overcome. Okay? There's also something here about white lilies and mourning in funeral homes. Perhaps someone here listening is a mortician, or they've recently lost someone. And that inheritance. Okay, there's a message here. Somebody here, white lilies and roses and forget-me-nots. White lilies, roses, and forget-me-nots. A passed over loved one, or someone you know, or an experience that you had, or these are things you're going to see when you're in that power. Some of you are able or are going to be able to communicate with those that have passed over, just as a heads up. Okay. Snowflake obsidian has all the benefits of obsidian, such as clarity, protection, self-control, truth, releasing the past, positivity, clearing negative energies, grounding and strength, working with the root, earth, higher earth chakras. But on top of that, it also has seeing patterns of behavior in yourself and in others around you. Okay, so you're going to recognize patterns of behavior that you aren't going to want in your life. You're going to have things revealed to you that are going to feel, you're going to feel the pain of, you're going to feel betrayed when you learn about, say, how somebody was speaking about you, or how they were working in a way that was contrary to your best interests, or something like that. And this is not to make you feel paranoid, okay? People gossip. It's one of the things that I abhor most on this planet, is the effects that just senseless gossiping has on other people, okay? It does so much damage, and just has very little good that ever comes from it. So if that is something that you are a victim of or suffering from, hang in there, okay? It does get better. Use clove, okay? Whether you use the actual pieces of clove or you use clove essential oil. If you take and you use like a vinegar and clove oil solution and you clean your house with it, make clove sachets, put oranges with cloves stuck in them. All right, this is all cleansing energies that helps to keep gossip away, helps to keep the negative effects of that away, okay? If you by any chance happen to be someone who participates in gossip, then I strongly urge you to reconsider that habit and to consider letting it go, okay? But seeing patterns of behavior in others, all right? And this is very much tied to this card today. Very much tied to this card. Even some of the snowflakes on it match the clouds in the card. But also emotional healing, okay? This is one of the ones, obsidian in general, but snowflake obsidian specifically, is one of the crystals that I always If somebody asks me, what should I start off with in my practice? I will always say obsidian, specifically snowflake obsidian if you have access to it, and labradorite, okay? Because they protect you from negative energies, and this one pulls negative energies out of you. So it needs to be cleansed on a regular basis with selenite, clear quartz, things like that. Okay, and you know what? I'm going to stick that right there. That's going to do its work right there. And I'm going to stick this one right here over that heart, working on that heart chakra. I hope that you found this message to be helpful. If you did, please let me know in the comments. If there was anything you felt could have been improved upon, please also let me know that. Be gentle and kind as you do so, if you would. Remember, you are beautiful. You are loved always. And you've got this. No matter what situation it is that you are in, whatever may come, you absolutely have this. And you have an abundant new beginning with everything that you need. Okay? And the confidence and self-assurity to be able to take any path and know that you can handle it. All right? Take care. Bye.